From Working Title Headquarters in Baltimore, Maryland, it's ITRS with Jordan BDJ Taylor. Tonight's episode, a special look into the Working Title podcast, featuring the founders, Ev and Taji. And now for your host of ITRS, BDJ.
What's good, y'all? It's your boy BDJ, aka BD from the county, aka the voice of the county, aka I see the game like Romo, aka I see the game like Lamar, aka I don't know, LaMelo Ball been balling out. Shout out to that young boy. LeVar Ball was right, and all you motherfuckers owe him an apology. All three of them boys got to the league. And we're here for another episode of ITRS, Inside the Rapper Studio Season 2. Yes, we got a dope episode coming up, but as always, y'all know I gotta give y'all a little monologue, a little pep talk at the beginning. And I think that this one is going to be kind of simple. It's February 25th as I'm recording this. The weather was like 50 degrees today. The sun set around 6 p.m. You're probably like, why are you saying that? Because I think this comes out a couple weeks later, but you're probably like, why are you saying that? Why is that matter, BD? Because just last week it was snowing, you know what I mean? And the week before that was snowing. And all goddamn February has been snowing. Again, what point am I making? Simple. Spring is coming, y'all. I'm not going to say that all our problems are about to go away or that shit is automatically going to clear up. Whatever we're dealing with is whatever we're dealing with, whether it be a fucking pandemic, whether it be racial, social inequality, inequities, whether it be whatever the fuck we're dealing with, what we're dealing with. That's not the point. But the point I'm making is spring is coming. You know what I mean? It's going to get a little brighter. It's going to get a little warmer. The days are going to get a little less dark. We're not going to have to worry about shoveling snow. We're not going to have to worry about it being dark at 4 o'clock. So, I know you're probably like, how the fuck does that tie in? What are you trying to say? What does the sun coming up? What's the sun going down a couple hours later have to do with all the bad shit that's going on? It's simple. We just got to have that attitude. No matter what we're going through, no matter what the fuck is happening. We just gotta be able to look forward to that little promise that things won't be as dark, the day won't be as dark, the night won't be as long. And if we can hold on to that and carry that mentality, we can start to, corny enough, we can start to make shit a little brighter around us. So, listen, great show coming up. A few special guests. Y'all will see. I'm not sure when we're gonna edit this monologue in. So, hey. All I can say is thank y'all for tuning in. And as always, if you want to advertise with us, make sure you hit Score. Score, you probably can do something like put your email like right here, like Score. You feel me? And we'll run your advertisements because, again, there's no point in having a platform. You can't use that platform to elevate other voices and other people that look like you come from where you come from, do what you do, love what you love. So, again, great show. Thank y'all for tuning in. And spring is coming. Be back in a few.
I'm staying inside. Yeah, I'm staying inside. I'm staying inside. I'm staying.
We're back. As y'all see, very special episode of ITRS, man. Usually we do this shit on the webcam. Usually it's like 1 or 2, but hey, it's my motherfucking birthday, so I got 2 very special guests. On my left, we got
co-founder, Working Title Podcast, Evan B, aka The Blueprint, aka The Shop. You know, grind, stack, them ball. We working. We live from the office inside the part of the studio, if you will. You get what I'm saying?
the part of the studio.
Come on, man. We do
Your boy Taji, he back at it. Founder of the Working Title Podcast, media personality. We consider us 3 the pod fellas.
Pod
fellas.
So I mean, we here to
Fashion
talk.
icon. I mean, you saw this so short. Fashion icon.
Yeah.
First nigga to play Swear to God.
Yeah, first nigga. Swear to God.
If you would have been a little taller, you might have been WWE World Champ.
Yeah, real
Who
shit.
knows?
You know what I mean? Baltimore's West Side Gun. You know, I do it all, and you feel me? I'm gonna keep capitalizing off that. We in the building. We gonna have some fun with this episode. You did?
These my fucking guys, man.
Real life too.
Shout out to everybody in the working title. We got a score. Really wanted us to have a studio audience, so we actually have a studio audience. Studio audience, can y'all make some noise? Can y'all?
Hello.
Yeah,
Shit like that.
We got a few fellas in here.
Yeah, niggas acting a little too cool and shit. By niggas, I mean Juan. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
Niggas make some noise. Juan said.
Yo, chill.
Hey, the Pat kicking his ass right now.
Hey, we all been there, bro. We all been there. But look, as y'all know, every episode of ITRS starts off with an origin story. So I don't know what's the best way to do this. We got Taji on my right, we got Ev on my left. Y'all want to give y'all individual origin stories? Y'all want to give a working title origin story?
How you want to do it? You the host.
Shit, I am the host. Well, fuck it. I want y'all to give y'all individual joints, and then we gonna talk about the working title without a doubt. So
Okay. So how I got started and all this shit?
yeah, your origin story, whatever that means to you.
I guess mine to start because
You watch WandaVision, right?
You're crazy. 2014, you know, niggas go through their own problems and shit. So my personal problems was like depression and other thoughts that shouldn't really go across other people's minds or whatnot, or anybody's mind for that case. And my big sister, she's if y'all know, Asia Barris was once Solange's assistant. She's now she does everything. You feel me? My big sister's like my biggest inspiration. She called me lacking. Essentially, she knew I was like really down bad, and she was like, "Yo, I'm about to start my own website. You love talking about music in real life. Come write about it." So I wrote about it, and
That's a great assist.
yeah,
Good.
amazing. Like my big sister's like she's the GOAT for real.
The ultimate assist, if you would.
Hell
Real
yeah.
shit. It jumpstarted everything.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And so she did that, and ever since then I found a passion to write and speak on music. And then my next venture after that was Blunted, I believe. After Blunted, it became Demo Tape, and Demo Tape I was really moving. Like I'm not even about to lie. I was really that nigga. Like I was really.
You still is.
Yeah, no doubt. I meant on a writing tip. You know what I mean? I'm always gonna be that nigga.
Right.
But you know, I was moving, getting a lot of views, shit like that. Now, one of my favorite people to converse with about music is Ev. Of course, BD, of course, and like niggas and
Of course,
and
me,
you know what I mean. But Ev is like when niggas don't know, this is really one of my closest friends as well. And me and him would just talk randomly about music. And I told him, I'm like, yo, I think you'd be great. I think you'd be great at writing about it. And you know what I mean? I got him to come to.
He kind of bullied me into writing for real.
He bullied you, bro?
Yeah, he bullied me into writing. I don't usually. No, I like to write. I do like to write, but he definitely was like, "Yo, I got an opportunity for you," and I don't mean to cut your story.
No, I was leaving you.
Yeah, because it's like it's funny because it's like I'd never seen myself ever really writing or anything like that. But
yeah.
Once I got into the groove, it was like a rap for real. So. You know, he offered it to me, and I was like, I'm gonna try this out. I was still trying to find myself. I'm still trying to find myself to this day, because it's a never-ending journey. But, you know, I was trying to figure this thing out, so I started doing the writing, and it wasn't getting the reception that I thought it should get, honestly. And I didn't think people was understanding what I was saying, and I was like, maybe if they heard my voice with it, you know, they'd be like, oh, or they knew me, because the people that know me that's reading it, they can understand how I'm, you know, approaching this writing thing. Like, you know what I'm saying. You know where I'm trying to go with it. So I'm telling him, I'm in his ear like, yo, podcast. We need to start a podcast. Mind you,
yeah,
I'm already listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
What
Shout out
was
to
you listening to at the time?
Combat Jack, Brilliant Idiots,
Mhm.
rest in peace, Combat Jack. Tax Stone, Free Tax.
It's a lot of loudspeaker shit.
Yeah, whole lot of loudspeaker shit. They was the motivation. I ain't gonna hold you. They was definitely the motivation. And yeah, since then we just was like, all right, we're gonna band together. And we're gonna do this thing for real.
I kind of skipped over an important part. For my first article, it was the most viewed article Demo Tape has ever seen.
What was the other?
It was I ranked Drake's projects, right?
Okay.
But it wasn't under my name. It was actually under BDJ's name.
Okay.
You want to tell a funny story? Oh, I can tell it.
You can tell it.
So, back in the day, I used to edit a lot of people's articles, and Taji was real particular about who he wanted to edit his articles and shit. So anytime he had an article, he'd be like, yo, can you give it to me? So it was one day. I don't remember how. It was one college class where I was like lacking and shit. So I was like, I'm gonna go to Starbucks. I just got home. I'm on summer break. It was like summertime, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm on summer break. I'm gonna go home, go to Starbucks, knock out this final exam for this class I didn't finish it. And Tyler's like, bro, can you edit my article? So I'm like, man, that shit Drake more fun than whatever the fuck I'm studying here. So I was sat in Starbucks for like 2-3 hours, edited that joint, posted it, and then he hit me like, bro, like, edit that shit.
Yeah.
That shit popped me.
To this day, BDJ and my big sister, only two people I ever let edit my articles. Cause I don't trust. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't trust people, right? So like, if you're gonna overlook or oversee what I'm doing, you gotta be somebody I can fully invest in, fully like know you got my best investment, you got my best intentions in mind, right? And I knew this nigga since I was in second grade, he was in first. You know what I mean? So like, this is really like my longest childhood friend. So I know he got me. And he did it, and it was just so damn good. And I was like, oh, okay, I know, like, if I ever need my article to be edited, I'm gonna go to him. And to be honest, I think that only happened one other time after that, I believe, and it was by him. But
what was the number one Drake album when you did your ranking? What was the one?
If You're Reading This, It's Too Late. I still think that's the best Drake album to this day. Drake
Take
project.
as well.
Yeah. Nah, I didn't have views that high. But
You have views that.
I think I had views probably like 5th.
You should run that article back when
I'm with it. When everything dropped, I'm with that. We
that's
got
conversation
together.
for another day.
Yeah. But and to get to how we got to work in title, Ev, like he said, like he was really in my ear, like, bro, from January of 2017 until August of 2017, I believe, he was like, yo, we need to start a podcast. And he said it like, at the time it was Text Tone, it was Combat Jack. For me, it was Text Tone and Drink Champs.
Drink Champs.
They was the main two, and then like I listen to wrestling podcasts. Aside from that, I wasn't listening to anybody else aside from Text Tone and
Wrestling
Drink Champs.
seemed to be a big thing for you.
Oh yeah, wrestling is the most relatable thing in my opinion. Like people think it's fake and all that shit. Like yeah, that's how the world is. Like real shit. Like you see all the shit going on in the world, niggas quote unquote beefing, but when the camera's not on, them niggas is cool as shit.
Rap game, WWE.
Rap game, WWE, podcast game, media game, Baltimore, real life, like all that shit, WWE. You see niggas, and you think it's real problems, it's never that. Yeah. And that's how it is in wrestling. And then, even then, personas is very realistic, right? So like, I think I'm the best nigga, so I'm gonna carry myself like I'm the best nigga. BD think the same, Ev think the same, we all think the same. So we got gimmicks and shit like that. But in reality, like
fucking logo, you know.
Our work entitled logos are older wrestling logos and the WWF, the Attitude Era logos. So it's like that shit plays a factor into everything we do. But yeah, so what was I talking about? Podcasts and shit like that. All right, so Ev hit me, and I wasn't going for it. I really wasn't.
No.
Like,
with it. It was funny because it was like, the person that really introduced me to podcasts was my guy Sue, yo. Shout out to Big Sue Hefner, my guy. He showed me.
Stop retweeting Larry Johnson, nigga.
Yo, he showed me the way for real. He introduced me to Combat Jack, and he introduced me to also, cause you like how you like wrestling podcasts, I like sports podcasts.
Yep.
He introduced me to Bomani Jones for real, on the podcast level, and man, I ain't gonna lie, that kind of like changed my whole perspective of sports.
Cause he was talking real shit with the sports.
With the sports. So I'm like, man, that's like something that I think I know I could do. So I just went for it. And we went for it for real. That's how we, came up with working title plus
everything.
Practice plus
politics as usual.
It's a lot.
All that shit.
It's really just sports and wrestling and rap. Sports, wrestling, and rap music.
Yeah.
That's the big ones. I want to ask you about this though. Definitely politics, and we gonna get into that too. But I think it's interesting because I know for me, I find it a lot easier to talk than I did to write.
It's way
easier. It's 100% like I can just sit here, stare at that camera, and say whatever the fuck I want to say. Versus the writing process is draining because you gotta write, revise,
you gotta articulate a certain way. You can't use certain words.
I gotta put a picture in here to make sure you motherfuckers still paying attention.
Right. That was one thing I felt like I was pretty good with when I was doing my writing. It was like throwing in little things that are like grab somebody's attention, like maybe a picture or a YouTube video. So when I would formulate my articles, I would always do that. But one thing I remember Jadakiss saying was that you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in the book.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because let's be honest, a lot of people don't read, and that's what really was hurting for me. Like, because I figured that people was not reading my articles. People was reading them, but it wasn't getting the reception that I thought it would get.
Right.
So this was like, I'm like, yo, we gotta do podcasts. They gotta hear our voice. They gotta hear how we delivering this, you know?
He used to be the host of the Working Title, yeah.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
he first started out, he was the host.
I hated that shit. I feel like the way I talk is better suited for,
Shooting guard.
yeah, you know what I mean? I need them. Yeah, I mean, I need that. I need them shots. If I'm not a shooting guard, I need to be the small forward. I need to be something that's not always like, you know, giving the ball up. And that's something BD's really great at. He doesn't mind. You know what I mean? All right, well, I'm gonna fall back on this topic and let y'all bomb off, and that's something I commend you on. You know what I mean? So I gave that position to BD, and he took it, and he did it better than I ever did. You feel me?
Facts.
So,
BD, yo,
all right, you don't gotta say that's facts.
No,
but-
Good shit. I take
BD, he definitely do his thing on the hosting tip. I learned a lot from him.
And then, and then like he said, then at the BD, you know what I mean? BD got set out, and I was like doing it. We had to find somebody else, and that came to this nigga right here. And Ev really, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm trying to think of a good example. The Rockets, 2017, when they could have beat the Warriors, when they had Chris Paul and James Harden, that's kind of how Ev and BD are. Where it's like they can take turns bringing the ball up court and setting the plays up, and this is really how them two really are. You know what I mean? They really good at that. It's a.
I ain't like it at first. I'm gonna be honest.
He hated
You
that.
ain't like
Shit.
hosting?
Nah, hell no. I
Why?
hated
Why
that
you
shit.
fuck with it?
'Cause
He suggested it, but he hated it.
I was like, nah, I really want to be more of the, like how you was, like on the side, you know, just shooting. But I was like, nah, I had to come into my own. Like I realized that I can control a room, I can control a conversation, and once we start getting off track, I can definitely pull guys back in. I can transition well, and I'm quick on my feet when it comes to that kind of thing. So it worked out perfectly.
Yeah, real shit.
Shit, so I'm gonna ask y'all, because we all host. What do you feel like is the most important lesson for anybody that's watching this that's like, I want to host a podcast or I want to host a show or this or that? And I'll give an answer too. But what is one thing that you wish that you had known or wish that some game you would have?
Early on, you gotta be not a people person, but you gotta be able to read the room. You gotta be able to control, like, naturally, not just yell. You can't just yell at somebody and expect them to listen to you.
Them tones, you gotta have the right tone when you're talking to somebody. And that's another thing. You know, like you gotta address things the right way.
Yeah.
In a respectful way. Sometimes you might gotta do it in a disrespectful way.
Yep.
You know, but you gotta be able to check the tone of the room, make sure everything is copacetic, and you move that way. I
had to, like, when we host shows and shit, y'all see me comfortable on that stage, it's because I watch rap battles. You feel me? I see how NBA players or rappers carry themselves. I study the game, and as a host, you gotta study the game.
Yeah.
You gotta spend more hours than anybody else really learning.
Yeah.
And BD and Ev really do that. I commend them for that. They talk all the time about, you know what I mean, I watched this interview, I did this, and this is what I peeped from yo. Niggas really gotta do that type of shit for any type of media. You have to be a real student. You can't just jump in and think you know everything.
Right.
You gotta be a sponge. You gotta soak everything up.
Sponge, yeah.
And I think it's that old quote, the shit that kind of mind for me. I think it's Ali. He said something to the effect of, "The will gotta match the skill." So when the skill, you feel me? So
when one or the other,
I gotta have the charisma. I gotta have the sound. I gotta have everything that I am, that BJ, that Jordan is, that whatever you want to call it or deem it. I'm gonna bring that to the table every time. The energy gonna be there. I'm gonna be there, but I gotta make sure that for times when that energy may be lacking or times where I don't have it per se, I gotta make sure that the book shit is just on par with the talent, because it gotta be both, so I can lean on one or the other if it's not falling. And the best episodes to me is when both of them is going, because all of us are locked in on we're ourselves, but we also know what the fuck we talking about. So
right. Yeah, we talk about that. It's our favorite episodes are the ones that's not just funny or not just intellectual. It's the perfect blend. Yeah. You know what I mean? The perfect blend is what creates great charisma. Is what creates, you know what I mean, sustainability. It's what creates just attraction, where people can tune in and know they're going to get both. Like, our favorite shows was like Fresh Prince. You know what I mean? Well, it's not the funniest, or it's not the deepest, but you get the perfect blend of it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Or even Martin. Well, Martin is the funniest, but you learn some shit from Martin.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You know how to talk to a woman because of Martin.
Yeah. And you know how not to talk
you know
to them.
how not to talk to him. Exactly.
Yep.
And it's shit like that where I try to bring to the table, and I know y'all do. Like, I spoke on it earlier with Score, where I said I'm in a group, it's 9, 10 of us, right? Where we all can speak and be funny. We all can speak and be intellectual. What can I do to separate myself? I'm perfectly fine if y'all two have the funniest shit or the most intellectual shit. Okay, how can I make that better? I gotta be the most charismatic. And that's my goal every episode, is to be the most charismatic. I want everybody to get their shot off. But I also want to be noticed as well.
That's how I go.
Exactly. I'm cool with Benny and Conway being the best 2 rappers. I'm cool being the worst podcaster or whatever, but y'all remember everything I say. I can't be the worst podcaster. It's like physically impossible. Like, you know what I mean? When I'm so good at this naturally, how can I not be the, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's real shit though. Like, I never hate on, and that's another thing. Niggas in a group, I feel like their egos get a little too big.
This nigga talking now.
Yeah, like
Hey, come at me.
almost.
Hey, don't worry, we got more.
We got
yeah.
But like in a group, you gotta have a strong ego. I mean, not strong ego. You have a strong mental. You know what I mean? You can't be the spotlight all the time. Nope. It's impossible when there's so many people.
10 people.
It's 10. We live and die by the 10.
And why would you want to? You
know what I mean? And so I say it like this, right? If y'all niggas eating, right? Okay, well these 2 niggas are so good at this thing, it must be a working title thing. So the other 8 niggas in there must be just as good. Even if they're not just as good, they slightly worse, but they in a group for a reason.
Right.
Why the fuck wouldn't I not pay attention to these niggas? And that's how I carry it. That's why every time I get an interview, I try to fish one of my niggas get the same interview. I try to fish one of y'all. Oh shit, shout my nigga Donovan, Self Society Worldwide. I try to get them niggas to, you know what I mean, to pay attention to them. I had the shirt somewhere. But you feel me? Pay attention. Like one of the illest clothes, like one of the illest brands, not just in Baltimore, not just Maryland, like in the world, like in my opinion. So it's shit like that where people don't do that. People's egos be too big, where they feel like they got to be the center of attention all the time, and that's not realistic and that's not cool. You gotta be able to. What if you die? What if I die and I didn't let you be host? I didn't let you be host.
All right. We wouldn't know. I wouldn't know what the hell to do.
You feel me?
I wouldn't. Well, I mean, yeah.
Y'all figure it out. Don't get it twisted. My niggas will figure it out.
But I definitely wouldn't know what to do.
You know what I mean? So it's like you can't be so fragile with your ego where you got to be the focus all the time.
That's something you had to learn.
Nigga. If you know me from, I was insecure, I was depressed. You know what I mean? I've been in them stages where I felt like I got to be center of attention. But that comes from me having a huge ego. You know what I mean? And that's not right. As a team leader, and I'm not trying to like belittle y'all, but I'm the leader. You know what I mean? I'm the working title, face, brand, whatever. But just as much as if I pass, I know one of these 2 or one of these 9 other niggas is going to step up. And they're going to take over my role and do it even better potentially. You feel me? So it's like, you got to be able to be willing to take a back seat sometimes. That's the only way you can do it. Yeah. That's the only way all y'all going to win. And as a leader, you got to acknowledge that. So yeah, that's I mean, that's one of them times we talk to y'all.
Listen, that was beautiful. We're going to touch on the commercial break. We got a lot more to come with my guys from the Working Title Podcast, my family, La Familia, Old Mertha, all that good shit. But listen, hopefully your advertisement is right here. If your advertisement isn't right here, that means you fucking up and that means you missing out on some money. So hey, holla at us, put your shit right here. Like that. See you on the other side.
ITRS is brought to you by scoreswayzeTV. It's just fucking television. And Working Title Podcast. Catch all new episodes 11 a.m. every Monday morning. Back to the show.
And we're back. I got my motherfucking dogs here, you feel me? 3/10 right here on the Working Title Podcast. You watching ITRS, which is in partnership with the Working Title Podcast. Don't want to get that fact lost on y'all.
Shout out to Scoreswayze, shout out to BDJ, man. Two of the illest, like, you know what I mean? Not just the city, the world, Craig.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, these are really some of the dopest niggas I've ever met.
Really, big shout out to Score, man. This guy, super innovative, man.
Creative genius.
Yeah. Get yourself a drop, man.
Yeah, I mean,
real
I
shit.
get myself a drop.
There we go.
Hey, I got a yeah, he knew what I was about to ask for. Yeah. Nah, I mean that's my nigga. You know what I mean? And this, you know what I mean? You know how we rock.
Fellas, Ab, I know you wanted to talk a little bit about being a student of the game.
Yeah, I think that's super important in life. Period. Everything I do, I'm a student of the game. And
what does that mean to be a student of the game? What does that mean?
You gotta study.
Okay.
You have to study. I listen to a ton of podcasts. I also listen to a lot of interviews because this past year I did a feat that I wasn't really comfortable doing interviews at first, and I really wasn't trying to. These two talked me into doing it. I see them two do it. I watch their interviews and I take little bits and pieces like, yeah, that's a good question. I'ma steal that. You feel me?
Real quick, I think the three you see on camera are the three best interviewers in Baltimore. I'm gonna be completely honest with it. Matter of fact, bigger than that, I think we might be like three of the best interviews like right now in general.
We definitely three of the whole stuff. Humbly.
Like no, fuck the humbly shit.
Humbly for me and my shit, me and my
That's
brain,
cool,
me
but
and my
like
brain, humbly.
I've been a little too humble for too long. He has been too, and so is Ev. Like I think we really three of the illest niggas. Like period. You feel me? Like. And we learn from each other. Right. We learn, like you said, it's gonna lead right back to what we about to talk about.
I'm literally a sponge.
Yeah.
If you know me, you know I'm half a nerd for real. Like I just
half a nerd.
Yeah, I'm literally half
he
a
a
nerd.
RD.
Yeah.
You got contacts in or something?
I sure do have contacts in right now. That's a fact. But I listen to a ton of podcasts and I take away from it like the structure, the how they transition and stuff. Like I pick up on that kind of stuff like real quick. For example, like I listen to Joe Budden podcast. I wasn't the biggest Joe Budden podcast fan when Tax Stone was out. Now I might have been siding with Tax when they was doing their little beef at the time because I didn't really understand Joe Budden, you know. But then once I finally got to listen to him and I seen his perspective on things, it showed me that you can agree to disagree with people and then still have a healthy conversation. You get what I'm saying? So that was very important to me. Another podcast. It's been an uprising in podcasts in the Baltimore scene, period.
Where'd that come from? Oh, alright.
Yeah.
That's all I needed to hear.
I mean, so I really appreciate that though. Like I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to
What's some of your favorites?
We Need Answers podcast. Y'all gotta check that out. The Wire series, that's my favorite series right now. Like that shit is super hard. Shout out to my guy Mook. Real Spill podcast, that shit fire too. That's more so on like a battle of the sexes. You might get a $200 Twitter debate, one of them bitches on there. You might not. I don't know. But shout out to my guy Nick. He holding it down. He started it off as like a talk party, and then he transitioned into a podcast. I told him for a long time, like, yo, make this a podcast. Like, make this a podcast.
So something like what I think before you speak that.
Yeah.
They had the events and then it was.
Yeah,
that's another one.
Yeah. Shout out to Think Before You Speak. Man, we've been on there. We working for titles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out to them guys. Shout out to Tez, Shay, and my guy Chico Brando.
Oldies do it.
Oldies do it.
I know how we get down with
Oldies do it. Yo,
family.
Listen, that's family right there. You feel me? They came to us and they ain't want nothing from us but the work.
Yeah.
And that's all somebody could ask for. Like, I sent out a tweet saying, yo, if you're a woman trying to start a podcast, let me know. Because we was looking to find a woman for our brand. And they were just trying to start their own podcast.
Shit, yeah.
You feel me?
And they elevated that motherfucker.
They did.
And I think it's dope
bitch.
that we wasn't on some like, all right, well, bet we gonna do your shit under our shit.
Right.
I think it's dope that if it's a whole ecosystem versus if it's working title where it's like, okay, we got boom, 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 boom. I think it's dope when it's a whole ecosystem. It's like, okay, we can point to Nas, we can point to Oldest Dude, we can point to all these different pilots, we can point to all these different things in our community. But then we also can build together and go together.
Right.
Shout out to Politalk.
Politalk, my God.
They was probably like, it was like one of the first podcasts to even show us love too. They was the first podcast to show us love.
They was. Shout out to Politalk, Pitta.
Yeah.
My guy Drew Gotti, Santana. Shout out to on the regular as well. Hola Monito.
Yeah.
That's us.
And Rogue, we appreciate y'all. Real
family.
shit.
It's crazy how this whole but this whole community kind of bubbled up. So how do y'all feel being, I guess it applies to me too, is we're asking y'all questions about shit that I'm also part of, but what do y'all think of like us being here, but like a whole community kind of springing up around? Because we were doing this shit back 2017, we were doing this out in the dungeon.
This is something we kind of dreamed about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
sure.
where we not where we want to be, but we set in the trail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We
trailblazing.
following that goal, and like you said, we was out the dungeon. We was in a position like, how deep can I get on this motherfucker? Like
All the way.
we was in a position where I was in a relationship or in a situation where I shouldn't have been, and I had a, yeah, I mean, we had a second room. It was a 2-bedroom apartment. In the second room, I wasn't doing nothing with that motherfucker. So that's how we started the podcast. We threw the futon, we threw the table.
Shit, we started in the dining room
First we started in the dining room with the
in the
scarecrow in the
Yeah,
background.
we was in the dining room first. I still got footage.
With the headphones.
With the headphones looking dumb nasty.
We really start calling
we looking
headphones.
like a mob player in the city when they bumping music and shit on 2K. Like
Big brown tees.
yeah, big brown tees and gray sweats. You know what I mean? Like so that's how we started, and we moved to the bedroom with a futon, a table, and I hate Twan. Yeah, I mean, and we had Cartier Dad come engineer. We had
Shout out Cartier Dad.
He solved our problem too, because we had a problem of it sounding ridiculously bad.
Yeah.
Because we was using
Our first like what 6 episodes.
yeah.
Our first 6
two
episodes.
people was louder than the other 2 people. It was shit like that where we just sounded bad. He came through and helped the situation, and you know what I mean. We capitalized like. Ever since then, every Sunday, these niggas will pull up to my crib, and this shit was like 45 minutes from everybody.
Nigga, I would be leaving. It's back when I went
South
to church.
Baltimore.
Yeah,
That
I
shit
was
in
like-
South Baltimore.
I be leaving church out. My people go to church out PG. I would have to drive from PG to pull up to do the podcast right at church 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like shit used to be crazy.
Yeah.
Driving 50.
And it was a bad situation for me to be in. So these niggas, every Sunday, it was my relief. You know what I mean? I was around my niggas, and it was like, I felt good. I felt like I was having fun. And we capitalized off that. We lost that situation when I decided to, you know, do something for myself and step out or whatever. And I was panicking. I ain't gonna lie, I was panicking. I didn't know what we was gonna do, where we was gonna record. I grabbed my shit, and I'm like, yo, I don't know what we gonna do about the podcast. All niggas hit me with, they was like, yo, fuck all that.
Yeah.
We gonna be good. We hope you good, my
As
nigga.
long as your mental is good, bro.
we gonna figure it out.
Let's talk about it. You wasn't in the best situation.
I shaved my head.
I was about to say. We pulled up one Sunday, nigga telling you come out after the door look like Stone Cold. I said, bro, you good? He said, yeah, I'm fine.
Yo, goddamn lie.
Your hand, young boy.
Now, granted, me personally, I be having punctual problems, so I showed up a little late. So I didn't catch the ball.
Yeah.
I caught him with the do-rag on. And if you know me, I had a lot of jokes for this nigga. You feel me? Cause
I had a do-rag tied a certain
come
way
on,
and shit.
yo. Only nigga that can wear a do-rag and bald head is Memphis Bleak. All right, not you. All right. Now I just want to throw that out there.
Fuck you.
But yeah, yo, we pulled up and we seen that our brother was struggling. You
Yeah,
feel me?
real
So
shit though. Real shit.
once he got out of that situation,
I
I
can't
know.
even bullshit you though. I think like, not to say all of us were, but I think that the place that I know speaking for me that I was in then isn't the place I'm in now. Like I was on a lot of like bullshit too back then. I didn't realize at the time. But it been conversations that me and him had, me and you had, me and whoever was in the room had, where I'd be like, yeah, I'm about to go do this, do that, do this, and it'd be some bullshit. So like, I feel like when y'all look at us now, you also gotta keep that story in mind because. Again, Taj was going through it. I was going through it. Ev had points where he wasn't even around for a little bit. So we all have had
Boy,
struggles.
I used to press. I'm like, yo, you motherfucker, you helped me start this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You gonna go ghost on niggas? Like,
I felt like if I had came into a nice job for real, and it was like going to take up a lot of my time, and I felt like, listen, I grind for 3. Listen, give me like 3 years, bro. I'm a grind. And
not
then-
3 months.
Not 3 months.
Not 3 weeks.
3 years.
3 years, my nigga.
I'm thinking. Now I wasn't gonna give up the whole part,
Yeah, I know.
but I was just gonna take a step back for real and really focus on working and running my money up to help fund this
For the
shit.
brand,
You feel
yeah.
me? For the brand. But you know, the higher powers had other plans for me because I definitely got fired from that job. And I've talked about it numerous times. I'm not gonna get into it now, but just know that I'm never taking another forklift job. All right. Yeah.
I've been there too, brother. I've been fine and was happy because my Sundays open back up. You feel me?
Yeah.
and that's how it is. With
And I
us.
was working overnight.
We find joy in being around each other. Like not to sound cliche, but we like each other's escape. You know what I mean? Like I work with Twan now. Like real life, I see Twan Monday through Saturday, right? So
Sunday through Sunday.
So literally, I see Twan every day of my life. Like,
If you don't see me, we on the game.
Exactly. If I don't see him, we're playing the video game.
Twan's here, by the way, ladies and
you know
gentlemen.
what I mean? So it's like, this is like my brother. Like, Jack's my brother. BD, Ed, Swayze, Darren, Brando, like, all these niggas, Sway, like, all these niggas is my brothers. So it's like, I know I'm at peace when I'm around these niggas. And then we got Juan here, like, look. We got Juan, we got Dom, we got Score. Like, these niggas like my niggas in real life. So it's like, my escape is being around my homeboys and being able to talk shit. If I can talk shit with these niggas, it brings me peace, it brings me joy. You know what I mean? And a lot of podcasts, they just podcasters together.
Yeah.
They partners, they're business people
And
together.
Greenberg and Golick.
You know what I mean? But it's not. It's a difference between watching a Stone Cold Steve Austin in a Rock match versus watching some random two niggas on Monday Night Raw, the opening match. It's not the same exact thing. You know, the chemistry ain't there. The quality of the match ain't there.
This show right be a banger. I hope y'all know that. I hope y'all really are like taking a look at what you're seeing and seeing the chemistry, the history, and the level of articulation that y'all seeing.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this shit.
This was established early on when you got a nigga who like, yo, no, you wrong, but this is why you wrong. Or a nigga like, no, you right, and this is why you right. That's how Ev is in me, and that's how I am in the Ev. Like, we really got a core foundation where I know I can really converse with this nigga, no matter what the topic is.
So this is about to be like what niggas thought Everyday Struggle was gonna be?
Yes.
But better.
But better.
Okay.
Like times 10.
So like partner interruption for real.
And we don't need no host.
Like partner interruption.
Or moderated.
Or moderate, yeah, exactly. And that's really how me and Ev carry shit. Like I said, when he transferred, bro, that shit kinda like broke my heart. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, this is like one of my best friends at the time. I just met the nigga last year.
Had to go though.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I wish I did. I wish I transferred with you.
I had to go. Before I was gonna go there, it was between I think it was between like Polly and Calvin Hall.
Yeah. Fuck Calvin Hall.
I don't know why I picked Mount St. Joe, yo. But I'm glad I picked Mount St.
Joe. The purple was cool.
Actually, I wanted it to be for my brother because my brother went to Cardinal Gibbons, so I was like, yeah, nigga, I went to Mount St. Joe. What?
Yeah.
You feel me? Just a little rivalry in the house type
Them
shit.
spiteful moves never get you where you want to be.
They don't.
I mean, it kind of did though, cause you went to St. Joe and
it wasn't what I thought it was. But I'll tell you one thing, yo, that lunch though. Listen,
the Stromboli on Thursdays.
Listen, yo, that lunch.
Listen, we going to outside baseball. You feel me? Niggas don't even know about the Strombolis. I already bullshit now too. Fuck them.
Damn.
That's one of the one things that got worse after I left.
You dig?
You feel me? But look, y'all got a title for the show?
We haven't came up with it.
Yeah.
But our thing that we came up with this week was like, yo, healthy debates.
Bingo.
You feel me? That's what we coming up with. Like, we gonna have a healthy debates. Like, we not going. It's gonna be like, all right, yo, I don't agree with this, but this is why I don't agree with it. If I don't agree with this, your opinion is bullshit, and then just leave it at that. Like, that's not what we doing. You feel me?
Just know me and Ev really gonna talk, and that's all we've been doing. We've proven that for 3-4 years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've been talking. Yeah. Now we really gonna talk.
Can I ask y'all a question?
What's up?
I've been meaning to ask this question for a long time. Now when you on cameras, now niggas can't backpedal.
My heart pounding.
Give me y'all, so we got a podcast. We gotta do a podcast tomorrow. Give me y'all 4.
You going to hell.
Give me your 4.
Ev, go first.
Nigga think you going to hell.
My nigga Twan, he cracking his knuckles right now. I don't know if he want to fight me. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna go.
And it was a big weekend. Is it everything dropped? Movies?
Is it me?
A good ass movie dropped.
So is it me and 3 others?
Or whoever you want.
Whoever you want.
So then, I mean, if I name 4, that's 5.
Then you are.
I mean, it could not be you on it.
So then just 3. Name 3.
Yeah.
If you consider yourself on automatically.
All right, I'm on it. All right, so me, Iceberg Slim.
Shout out to Iceberg Slim, by the way.
BD and Twan.
I like that.
Go for it. Twan it.
I'm gonna go. You 2. Iceberg. And the other 2 decisions is in the room.
Look how niggas do.
I'm gonna go Jack.
Ooh, that's a star right there.
Jack,
Yeah,
boy.
I'm gonna go Twan, Ev, Jack, and BD.
I want to give a shout out to Jack.
No. Iceberg Slim, Jack. I'm gonna say the episode with Twan with me. You know what I mean?
Okay. I see what you're doing there.
You feel me?
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to give a shout out to Jack. Jack been holding it down on the after practice tip.
Yeah.
Like so one thing. host.
Bro,
Motherfucking host.
I'm gonna stop you real quick. I just want to talk about.
I ain't even get started.
I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
This is your show. Go
You feel
ahead.
me? It's our
My
show,
bad.
actually. It's a work time.
Yo, this nigga Ev ain't put me on, yo. Fuck Ev, yo.
Listen.
I don't fuck with that nigga. You know what I mean?
Listen. It's always a fun question to ask because I be wondering this shit myself, and I asked the homie Jackie, shout out to Jackie. I asked her who she thought, but like I don't know, we're like the fucking Avengers, to where it's like we all do certain shit well.
Yeah.
Like Jack holding it down, want to add the practice as the host. Sway, y'all know what to expect from Sway. Sway gonna be crazy hot takes.
No
Darren,
doubt.
I think Darren is one of my favorite people to host episodes with, just because he brings a certain
different.
a certain demeanor. Yeah.
Yeah.
When we meet all the way up here, he was like, y'all niggas fucking crip.
Yeah.
So who would you have?
Shit, my fault.
Yeah. We got time.
We definitely.
Jack, we got time?
Who
Score, we got time?
Who you for?
Minute and a half.
Yeah.
Okay, my four, I would say us three and probably Slim.
Okay.
Us three and Slim.
Okay.
Because I feel like you get everything covered.
Every
with that.
aspect, yeah.
Like I feel like we
get
get,
that.
I feel like we can talk sports good enough. We can talk music good enough. We can talk like just
Life.
Darren is real good at bringing in the real life.
The
shit.
real life shit, yeah.
Mhm.
I think he's the best at it.
Yeah,
honestly.
without a doubt. That's something I'm trying to get better at. So having him to play off with, so we had the real life shit covered, the sports shit covered, the music shit covered.
Yeah.
So I just feel like those are always
Yeah,
that's a
I
good
like
four
that.
for me.
I like
Swain, don't be mad at me, Governor. Yo, don't be mad at me, bro. But
Yo, real quick, Darren had said some shit that I heard Tech say recently, and not recently, but like when I was listening to the pod and shit, it was you give the kids the medicine through the candy.
Do the candy, yeah.
And that's
No. Know who he got that from?
Charlamagne.
No, he got that from Combat Jack.
Oh, so Tex got it from Combat.
And Charlamagne probably got
No,
Combat Jack too.
Rest in peace, Combat Jack, the actual podfather, bro.
First time Darren said that, I was like, damn, I like that shit.
That's that's really it though. That's
Yeah.
really what we trying to do here at We're Entitled Podcast, bro. We just trying to get a medicine through the candy.
No, real shit though. I think Working Title as a whole has been consistent with the content we've been dropping since before Working Title started. You know what I mean? Like from what you've been doing, where you've been. It's like niggas like me and BD talk every day, right? And he'll tell you like
we joke and we laugh and we call each other bitch and whore or whatever the fuck. That's really like that's how you talk to your brother.
real life shit though.
Yeah, that's how you talk to your brother.
Me and him would talk every day, and it's like, yo, I'm proud of you. Like I'm proud of what you grew from, how you came up, and he told me the same thing. So it's like I can never deny what he means to Baltimore and what he means to the world. And I feel the same exact way about Ev. I feel the same exact way about Jack or Twan or Swayze or Sway or Darren or Brando or Jano or whoever with us. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you something. Last question. What's next? Besides y'all show
What's next,
What's next?
is
World Domination.
aside from world domination, galaxy, universe. Like we can't just be like thinking to the point where, all right, well we did this interview. Now let's think of something that'll help us get by month to month, week to week.
Yeah.
It gotta be what's gonna help us get by year to year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I really want to be consistent with. I don't gotta worry about shit. Like aside from paying for the office that y'all see us in right now, recording this interview in, my mother need to, you know what I mean, not have to be a school teacher.
Yeah.
She love it. Don't get it twisted. My mother love helping other people out, but I don't want her helping other people out. With times like this where she got worried about going back to school and worry about her health, why the fuck would I want her doing that shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want my mother to feel, all right, my son got me. My son gonna make sure I'm good, and I don't need to do that. If worst comes to worst scenario, and they making all city school teachers go back, I don't have to do it. I'm gonna make sure that my mom feel comfortable doing that. You know what I mean? And I know these niggas feel like that. I know these niggas feel like they people's going. You know what I mean? They want they peoples to be able to eat off this shit. Am I lying?
I don't know.
Nah, it's real shit.
Trying to be like Master P. Like
Yeah, I mean,
all of us trying to.
And it's so much more than just a podcast. Like I told these niggas the other day, if we ain't doing this podcast shit, we gonna do something. Twan doing clothes. You know what I mean? Like BD doing inside the rapper studio. We figuring out what's next for everybody else. Everybody gonna eat. No matter what it is, no matter how, we all gonna eat. And I know all these niggas feel the same exact way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. What's next for Work Entitled? As you can see, we got hoodies right here.
Yeah.
You know, these dropped what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
2
Damn, it's
years
been that long.
Yeah.
So
Turn that
we
to
need
me.
some merch.
it's
We might do.
time for us to get that merch popping.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Twan about to lock in.
Oh.
fuck it. I'm gonna talk to Twan this week. You feel me? We about to get this merch shit popping. We gonna get a website up running.
Oh, that's real soon.
Yeah.
That's like sooner this year.
Yeah, we gonna get that website up. That shit trash, man.
Yeah, that shit's pretty garbage.
I told you.
What's that, apple cider vinegar?
Yo, when niggas drinking a bottle of apple cider vinegar.
Nah, we gonna get this merch rolling. Man, Twan gonna design some shit. It's gonna be hard. You feel me? And the start of it, like, of course, it's gonna be limited. We gonna rock the shit first.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, see where they go from there.
Mm-hmm.
But that's definitely next, cause we gotta monetize this brand. Our brand needs to be monetized. So if you got any ads that you wanna, put on our podcast in the middle of our podcast, at the beginning of our podcast, send them through. All you gotta do, it's literally just sending a voice message on the iMessage, and then I send it to Jano, and he put it into the episode. It's literally that simple.
No doubt.
You get what I'm saying?
If it's more creative, we here.
Yeah,
we at the office.
Absolutely. So if you're a business owner, and you trying to get some more clients and stuff, man, just hit us up. Set up a commercial. We could do a commercial. We got contracts and everything.
I'm coming to my fault. I'm gonna interrupt you. I'm coming to a realization, right? This whole time, yo, I thought I was Dame Dash. I thought I was the nigga who was all about business and shit like that. I'm realizing that's Ev. I'm realizing Ev is like Dame Dash, and I'm kind of like, oh, yo, like, whereas like I'm gonna play the laid back role, and Ev's really trying to get this money up this shit, and rightfully so.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? We put enough groundwork in for niggas to respect us to put some money in our pockets because we did enough.
Yeah.
How often do we put somebody music on the episode that we don't charge?
Right. Like,
you know what I mean?
We do that for free.
Or show love for a nigga, you know what I mean, who won't even retweet our episode.
Right.
Shit like that is normal for us.
Normal. And listen, we don't care if you
and there's no bitterness.
Like,
there's no bitterness.
Retweet it, okay.
I think that's the key too. It ain't no bitterness.
Like,
there ain't no bullshit with us.
My whole thing is exposure.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? You wanna play your music on our pod? Cool. We gonna let it rock out. You don't want to retweet? I don't care either. Like,
yeah.
I'm an even killed person. Like, I'm not gonna feel a type of way about that at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. So next step is monetizing the brand. We gotta do to monetize the brand, and we will. And while we here, like I said earlier, I've seen an influx of people starting podcasts, and if you want somewhere to record, we got quality mics, quality engineers, and everything. Come through. The office is in Owings Mills. I know a lot of people, in town, people feel like Owings Mills is so far, but it's really not that far.
And you want that shit.
Get on 695, get on 795. You're here. You get what I'm saying? Boom. So we got good numbers, and we not gonna cut you off at the hour.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Get your shit off.
Uh-huh.
I'm here. Of course I work, you feel me? But after work, come on, man, I'm here.
Speaking of after work, we got some interviews dropping. You know what I mean? After work, we got them, you know what I mean? Hey, look.
Yes, we do.
Hey, look, BD won for MVP last year. Ev going for MVP this year. But I'm gonna show niggas, like, these my niggas. I'm gonna show niggas his levels. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to double up.
I gotta show niggas it's a little different.
I don't know about that, cuz.
You know what I mean?
I don't know about that, cuz.
You see, I
got a trophy on me right now.
You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Some society gonna, man, hell gonna have one of the best interviews y'all ever heard.
I got a trophy on me.
Man, Dom gonna have one of the best interviews y'all ever heard. Me and anybody I interview is gonna be their best interview. And I'm gonna keep leveling up every single time I do an interview.
Yeah.
So, and I feel like that's healthy competition, like we spoke on earlier.
I'm trying to match niggas, honestly.
Exactly.
Well, I want niggas to
it's
match me.
it's nothing like, yo, I want to be better than BD at interviewing. I want to be better than Av at interviewing. Niggas should feel like that. And me being me, I take that shit personal. If I see a nigga having a crazy, amazing fire interview, hell no, I'm topping that shit.
That shit inspired me.
Yeah.
That shit inspired me.
Yo, I'm gonna give niggas credit every single time. Niggas know that. I'm gonna quote it and say, yo, this is one of the best interviews I heard. If I truly believe that, and then I'm gonna tell these niggas on the one. But after I tell these niggas on the one, like 2 or 3 days later, y'all got an interview coming up.
Yeah.
Watch my shit be better than yours.
Oh, I'm hitting y'all niggas. Yo, y'all can buy that shit.
This shit basically like, they gonna have a Last Dance documentary on us. You get what I'm saying?
But it's gonna be more than 10 episodes.
It has to be.
I ain't never had an episode.
Imagine a 30-minute episode of Working Title. Like, for 10, no.
Yeah.
Like,
No.
it's 10 of us. We all need at least 3 hours on each other, like by ourselves. Like, you know what I mean? Well, maybe not everybody else, but just me.
I'm gonna keep
But
Yo, crazy.
my shit gotta be, you know what I mean?
Yo, back up.
You see why I'm in the center?
Young
It's
ego.
a reason.
Yeah, this
Young
nigga's
ego
big.
voices
Hey,
young people.
ego.
You know what I
This
mean?
nigga's heavy. This nigga's heavy.
Wait, what?
Whoa. Huh? They ain't trying to track your
But
puss.
what I was saying, like that's how we get down. Like, it's healthy competition. We show each other love. We show everybody else love, and we don't give a fuck if y'all don't show us love.
Yeah.
We truly don't.
I really feel like that plays more in who you are as a person, like deep in your soul. Like if you feel the type of way that somebody is not supporting you, you gotta check yourself.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like just
Better
put the
share
work
me
in.
about that.
Just put the work in. You put the work in, you gonna get the reward. That's one thing I learned from playing Pop Warner. Like
Yeah.
they was like, yo, you put the work in, you get the reward. That was their slogan. And like you gonna apply that to life, period. That's why that kind of shit is important, man.
Imagine seeing these 3 niggas specifically, seeing our smiles, hearing our interviews, the way we talk about each other and everybody else in Baltimore, and you saying we don't fuck with these niggas.
Yeah, now you
That's nothing between 1, 2, and 3. It's something for the nigga watching.
Look in the, you got to talk to the man in the mirror.
You know what I mean?
I think my favorite thing, just to bring it all home, wrap it all up in a little bow, I think that the thing I'm most excited for is just seeing me and my bros continue to flourish, continue to do shit that we didn't even think was possible. Like, I'm sitting here.
Yeah, I
at the
still
table-
can't believe our podcast.
Bro, I'm sitting here at the table hosting a show that I do with Score, who's one of the best creators I know, wearing a hoodie.
Creative genius.
You
One of
feel
the
me?
illest niggas ever.
One of the
You know what
illest
I mean?
ever, wearing a hoodie that me and Reggie, shout out Reggie from 12 Browns
Yeah.
designed. And this is like a celebration of my birthday that we did a special episode. But I say all that to say, we gonna bring it home. Jack told me the camera's dying. Y'all know how the shit go. Let niggas know where they can find you. Let drop y'all shit real quick.
He back at it on Twitter. So he back at it on Twitter. He back at it _ on Instagram. You know what I mean? And then make sure you follow Working T Pod. So Working T is in title, Pod as in podcast, every Monday at 11. You feel me? Then we're gonna drop something every Thursday at 11, whether it be an interview or a sports episode. We're gonna get back on the politics as usual shit. We're gonna do me and Ev shit. We're gonna do so much like possible shit that niggas gotta respect it. We probably the hardest working podcast. Not probably.
Nah,
we the
we're
hardest
most
working
consistent.
brand.
Most
Fuck
consistent.
podcasts. We the hardest working brand niggas really know. You know what I mean? Most consistent, most charisma in our
Realest
interviews.
stories.
Yeah, realest stories. What else, Ev?
I set the most trends.
And
my interviews is hotter.
Holla.
You feel me? This is like we can close out on that, but I'm Evan B _
Let 'em know.
_1. You can follow me on everything: Instagram, Twitter. Follow the page Working T Pod. I have had a plethora of usernames. You feel me? So I found one that finally fucking sticks. So
Hey, why they
just
call you
follow
the
me.
shot? Real quick, why they call you the shot?
Shout out to Sire. Shout out to Ponce. Mad love to her. Sire had pulled me to the side one time when they had pulled up on us and was like, "Yo, you the one, yo. You the shark. Like you're gonna bring this brand some money. You gotta go get it." And ever since then, I ain't seen. All I seen was I had tunnel vision after that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Green.
Yeah, yeah, that's me. That's me. So yeah, the shark, baby. Let's get it. I'm ready, yo. We're Entitled Podcast. We about to. That's the next step, man. We gonna monetize this brand, man.
No doubt.
You're my fucking guys, man. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of ITRS. I don't know who's gonna be on the next episode. Listen, man, Score, we do this shit like real niggas, so whoever's on the next episode is whoever you'll see on the next episode. You'll get that when you get that. In the meantime, if you want to advertise, make sure y'all check in Working T Pod. Make sure y'all follow my guys. This is not the last of my Working Title
You
comments.
don't gotta follow me. Just follow Working T Pod.
Yeah,
that's all I
for
give a
real.
fuck
Okay.
about.
Follow Working T Pod,
You
yo.
feel me?
Okay, or just follow Working T Pod. But this is not the last of my comrades you gonna see on this program, on this production, man. Like I said, or like Tanya said many times, it's 10 of us, so don't be surprised when you see some more Working Title guys pop up on this like NWO back in the day. But
You
listen,
dig?
for all the people at home, for all the boys in the back, y'all be safe.